Hello and welcome to today's episode, the topic of which is public relations. The episode deals with the meaning, features, tools, growing importance, and the role of PR in marketing in today's world. I'm Amrita Ghoshkumar, and the subject expert for this episode is Dr. Sabiha Khan, PhD in Human Resource and currently teaching at the Center for Management Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia. We will begin the episode by understanding a broad overview of public relations. Public relations. Public relations is a means of inculcating attitudes by influencing public opinions. The revolution in communication has helped develop a new pattern of human dynamics. Changes are being felt in the society. Citing examples from recent social movements against corruption and other social evils have changed the public attitude, whether it is government, in business, in education, etc. It is because of this public relations that it is rapidly gaining attention worldwide. A public is any group that has an actual and potential interest in impact on companies' ability to achieve its objectives. In India also, the new leadership in all organizations, government or private, has become aware of the importance of the public attitudes. A wise organization takes concrete steps to manage successful relations with its key publics and manage a good rapport with them. Public relations acts as a link between an organization and people. The process of development in society creates certain problems. The resolving of these problems requires mutual understanding, the goodwill between many groups that have conflicting interests. The aim of the public relation is to establish two-way communications to resolve conflicts of interest by seeking common ground or areas of mutual interest, and to establish an understanding based on truth, knowledge, and full information. The kind of public relation any firm undertakes depends on its size and its interests. Meaning and nature of public relations. Public relation is the management function which evaluates public attitudes, identifies the policies and procedures of an organization with the public interest, and executes a program of action to earn public understanding and acceptance. As per Scott M. Cutlip and Allen H. Center, public relations is the planned effort to influence opinion through good character and responsible performance based upon mutually satisfactory two-way communication. Public relations may be defined as planned effort to influence opinion through good character and responsible performance based upon mutually satisfactory two-way communication. Public relations is basically a task which promotes a rapport and goodwill between a person or institution and community through dissemination of information. It is a two-way communication process which helps in making an opinion. It also helps to propagate the ideas from one channel to another channel of communication. Feedback is also an integral part in communication which leads to strong opinion builders. Public relations is a planned effort or management function. It creates a relationship between an organization and its target audience. Professional public relations is the art of convincing people that they should adopt a certain attitude or pursue a certain course of action, usually associated with management of an organization. As said by Allen, communication is the sum of all things one person does when he wants to create understanding in the minds of others. It is a bridge of meaning. It involves a systematic and continuous process of telling, listening, and understanding. Thus, communication may be defined as an interchange of thought or information to bring about mutual understanding and confidence. It is information by words, letters, symbols, and messages. It is exchange of facts, ideas, viewpoints which bring about a commonness of interests, purpose, and efforts. Summing up all the definitions, we can conclude that public relations is the relationship between an organization and its public. A planned effort or management function. Evaluation of public attitudes and opinions. Execution of an action and communication program. Development of rapport, goodwill, and understanding, and acceptance through a two-way communication. Public relations as a process serves a number of functions. The nature of public relations is essentially a task promoting rapport and goodwill between a person, firm, or institution and the community at large through dissemination of information. It seeks to mobilize or favor for an idea, a cause, a problem for an organization. It evaluates public attitudes, identifies policies that interests public, and executes the program of communication. Efficient public relation fulfills objectives like attracting attention, winning belief, and imparting understanding. Functions of public relations. Public relations is managing the human climate for the ultimate benefit of the organization and its publics. There are 4 primary functions of PR. 1. Analyzing and predicting issues and opportunities are the major challenges for PR professionals. They evaluate their impact and set priorities, establishing the organizational stance, and then design the action and response. Number 2. Another function of PR is information gathering and monitoring trends. Public opinion keeps changing constantly with times and trends in the society. An organization is always judged by the fact how much it contributes to the society. Information gathering and monitoring trends involve identification, evaluation, and communication inward to the organization of information about the outside world. The third function of PR is communication planning and information dissemination. It involves identifying of the target audiences, careful planning of messages aimed at bringing about positive opinion, and managing misunderstandings. The challenges to plan and communicate all the good deeds of an organization to its public, both internal and external. Number 4. Another important function of PR is advisory and counseling. It is not only towards top management but also towards other departments. It is responsible to identify and recommend the management appropriate decisions and policies. Now let us look at the elements in public relations. Two-way communication. Public relations believes that feedback is important. Many misunderstandings arise because of ineffective communication. Managements give prompt and regular information to employees and the public. Public relations tools can resolve conflicts to reconcile differences. Mutual understanding. Every organization has to meet 2 interests, namely private interest, that is the organization's own interest, and public interest, that is the interest of the public. Both these interests are conflicting. Mutual understanding helps in resolving the conflicts between the organization and these interests. For this, a two-way communication is necessary. On the one hand, providing information to the people, and on the other, seeking public favor through an informed public opinion. Caring for public opinion. Public opinion is the consensus of individual opinions of the majority among the masses, based on their attitudes and widely held beliefs molded by public interest. Public relations provide necessary information to public interest groups. Public opinion influences both public and private interests and make public relations socially responsible. Social responsibility. Organizations earning profits have to show concern for public welfare. For example, participating in public festivals, sponsoring local events, giving out scholarships, constructing bus shelters, and so on. This is the social responsibility role of public relations. Now let us look at the benefits of public relations. It speaks on the behalf of organizations to the public to create public acceptance and recognition. Public relation is a means to achieve mutual adjustment between organizations and groups that establish smoother relationships that benefit the public. It helps in attracting talented personnel for the organization. Public relation is an essential element of communication that informs individuals on many aspects of subjects that affect their lives. It can stimulate attitudes and bring about changes. It can overcome the public misconceptions about the organization by disseminating the correct information. It can earn goodwill of employees by showing interest in their welfare. Although public relations is an effective way to achieve smooth relationships, promote sales, build public image, and it is not the solution to all problems, it should not be treated as magic. It has to respect ethics. It is long-term, sustained, sincere effort along with genuine performance. The concept of advertising, publicity, and public relations. Advertising, publicity, and public relations are three interrelated and important aspects of communication. Being different in concepts, they are similar and intellect in terms of their basic purpose. Their nature is the same, that is persuasive communication. They disseminate the information to the target audience through mass media in a planned manner. Public relations is often confused with advertising and publicity. They are a part of public relations. Publicity is concerned with dissemination of information about an organization to attract attention or to publicize products or activities. The objective here is to gain recognition, to build an image. Advertising is buying space in print or in electronics to earn goodwill. Public relation has much wider meaning. Advertising. Advertising is a paid form of communication intended to inform and influence a specific target group. It reminds people to buy a product or service, announces a new product, it maintains sales, retrieve lost sales, and enter new markets. Publicity. It is a free of cost write-up on the product or service and issue of an organization and its activities in the news columns or editorial columns of a newspaper or magazine, or the non-commercial time on television and radio. It is information generated and put across by media on their own or on special request by the company. It is not a paid form. Public relations. Advertising and publicity are aimed at limited types of target groups, such as customers, distributors, and retailers. They deal primarily with selling. They are part of a marketing mix. The aim of public relations is much wider. It is a planned effort to establish and improve the mutual understanding between an organization or an individual or group, assisting the organization to retain a good reputation. All communication, whether big or small, in terms of public relations is important. Hence, public relations must be effective to the core. This requires professional planning in some areas. 1. Objective orientation. All public relations programs must have a predetermined short-term and long-term objectives which must be agreed and accepted by the management. Number 2. Target group orientation. For all campaigns, target group must be clearly identified. There should be no ambiguity. It must be in demographic terms. Number 3. Media selection. The media to be used must reach the right target at the right time at the minimum cost. It is possible through detailed planning. The right media plays a significant role in public relations as communication is situation-based and messages are broader. Number 4. Message selection. The message to be communicated should be focused upon the objectives that have to be achieved. Example, awareness, image and announcement. There has to be perfect match between the two. Number 5. Creativity and innovations. The more creative the message, the more it will be understood by the public. Number 6. Adequate resources. There has to be a strong financial backup for sustaining public relations. Manpower support is most essential for planning and executing the plan. Public opinion. Public is a group of people with similar interests who have common opinion on a particular subject. Opinion is a view, judgment or appraisal formed in the mind about a particular matter. Public opinion is an expression of a belief held in common by members of a group of public on a controversial issue of general importance. An opinion is stronger than an impression and weaker than positive knowledge. Public opinion is usually expressed after controversies, disputes and debates over some controversial questions which concern the welfare, doctrines and value system of the group. Public opinion is formed by individuals composing a group who express their own opinion on a controversial issue. Public opinion involves a transformation of individual opinion into group opinion brought about the influence exerted by the members of a group on an individual's opinion. Propaganda. Propaganda is defined as an expression of opinion by individuals and groups which is deliberately designed to influence opinion or action by other individuals or groups with reference to predetermined ends. Now let us look at the tools of public relations. Corporate newsletters, internal communications, media news releases, stockholder correspondence, annual reports, special events. Corporate newsletters. It is an excellent platform for communicating internal information such as articles about the company, results of any contest, pictures of employees' family members, articles by employees, awards received by the employees, articles on motivation or any other topic which is required at various training levels. Internal communications. It includes bulletin boards where all information and announcements of both within and outside is displayed. It also includes letters and memos. Media news releases. These are messages issued by the company to various media platforms like print, electronic and digital. These messages include company's growth, CSR or corporate social responsibilities activities, release of new product and generally generates a positive image of the organization. Stockholder correspondence. These communications include all financial details and forthcoming plans of the organization. Annual report. This report includes the balance sheet and other financial details of the organization. It also includes the management details of the organization. Special event. These events develop positive publicity for the organization which is sponsored. Sponsorship marketing. Organizations sponsor some of the mega events like any major sports event, entertainment event or CSR events which directly or indirectly enhance the image of the organization. It also increases the firm's visibility, gives an edge over the competitors, showcase specific goods or services, helps to develop a rapport or relationship with the customers, that is existing and potential, and in some cases ease out excess inventories. But the caution here in these sponsoring events, it is difficult to measure the exact response in terms of the investments made for the sponsorships. So as a brand manager or corporate communication head of the organization, it is important to study the whole event process and concept linkage is must with the organizational goals. Also, the sponsorship message has to be linked with all the promotional activities of the organization and product display, and trial is a must for the sponsoring organization. Event marketing. It is similar to sponsorship marketing, but in event marketing, the specific event is highlighted. Sponsoring the event enhances organizational image, provides publicity, brand image, employee morale, boost up, closer association with the vendors and customers. Now let us look at how to maximize organization benefits from event sponsorship. The first thing which is important for any brand manager is to understand the objectives of the event and its linkage with organizational goals, its compatibility with vendors, customers and employees. He should also cross-promote the event. Also link the event with advertising and publicity material. Tracing and evaluating results is very crucial for the organization. Sponsoring event will help the organizations to maintain its market share and build a strong brand presence in the marketplace. Sponsoring participants in an event should insist on placement of organization name, logo and product information on the ground event place, on all brochures, on all banners, hoardings, digital, print and electronic advertisements, on all the souvenir the sponsor's logo is required. And the brand manager responsibility is to monitor each and every detail and should ask for all documentary proof including pictures and video recordings in order to avoid any billing disputes. Press and electronic coverage also gives a huge publicity support to the sponsors. Brand ambassadors, if invited for all these events, will also attract consumers and media. All this has led to an excellent brand recall among the masses. Also, it is important to see what kind of invites are going and to whom for the event. Otherwise, it will be a total waste if the right target audience is not attending the event. It is the duty and responsibility of the team who is coordinating to check that all guests will get the right attention and support during the event. Right investment and return on investment should be done for pre- and post-event. Ethics in public relations. Certain misconceptions about public relations being a gimmick have brought some disrepute because of a few people. Public relations in society should be for good use. Ethical standards in the practice of public relations is an important function involving public opinion. Ethics is defined as that branch of philosophy dealing with values relating to human conduct with respect to rightness and wrongness of certain actions and to the goodness and badness of the motives and ends of such actions. It is the consequence of a conduct that determines ethicality. If the results are harmful, it is considered wrong or unethical. The concept of right or wrong varies with time, place, and situation. Behavior unethical in one society may be ethical in another. It is a difficult task to describe what is ethical and what is unethical. Opening of the traditional closed societies and increasing globalization has created space for ethics in society. The government is employing public relations practice for staying in power and for development tasks. Growth in business, amalgamations, collaborations, spreading business across national boundaries has made public relations an indispensable activity of any organization. The right to information have affected management decisions and has influenced public opinion in profit-making as well as non-profit-making organizations. Unethical practices in public relations. It is unethical to suppress unfavorable news, misrepresent facts, undercut a competitor. It is unethical to serve a cause which in turn is actually serving some other interests. It is unethical to promise results that cannot be obtained. It is unethical to use undesirable methods towards pressurizing editors for carrying publicity material. Public relation holds a long-term responsibility and persuades to achieve mutual understanding and acceptance of attitudes and ideas. It can succeed only when basic policy is ethical and the means used are truthful. It is impossible to use public relations to counter a weak case. It can never justify the use of false and harmful means. That was all for today. Hope you have understood the basic concepts associated with public relations, how it is mandatory for organizations to indulge in it to remain in the market. Ethics play an important role in PR since it is for the masses. Fair and just actions have to be followed so that it can be a service to the society in which we exist. It strengthens the power of advertising. We will be back soon with another topic of sales promotions. Till then, take care and bye-bye.